नमः सर्वेभ्यः कक्ष्यायां स्वागतं। प्रार्थनया प्रारम्भं कुर्मः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। अस्माभिः सरस्वत्याः प्रार्थनामपि करोमि। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि। विस्मृतं द्वितीयभागं कथमपि मनसः चिन्ता नास्ति।
विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि।
विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। हरिः ओम्। धन्यवादः भगिनी। तो गतकक्ष्यायाम् अस्माभिः द्वितीयपाठः समारब्धः। अत्र प्रश्नः एकः छात्रस्य अस्ति। महीयान् शब्दस्य विषये महीयान्सः इति षष्ठी तृतीया तत्तु सत्यं। महीयान् महीयान्सौ महीयान्सः इति प्रथमायामपि तथा, परन्तु षष्ट्यां तु महीयान्सः इति बहुवचने स्वीकर्तव्यम्। एकवचने स्यात्, द्रष्टव्यं तत्। पश्यामि महीयान् शब्दस्य शब्दरूपाणां दर्शनेन अत्र बहुवचनमस्ति। मितभाषिणः इति बहुवचने अस्ति, महीयान् सः। अत्र प्रथम बहुवचने एव विशेषणत्वेन मितभाषिणः इति महीयान् सः इति प्रथम बहुवचनरूपस्य विशेषणत्वेन स्थापनं। Of them is the implicit sense in the Visheshana Visheshya Bhava. And the second question from the student was about the nature of samasa in mitabhashinaha. Initially, I am inclined to think it is mitam bhashate yena saha mitabhashi iti syat iti. ततः बहुवचने मितभाषिणः इति भाषिन् इति स्यात् तत्र, परन्तु तद् द्रष्टव्यं। किमर्थम् इत्युक्ते भाषिणः इत्यपि पृथक् कृत्वा वक्तुं शक्नुमः विशेषणत्वेन। तत्र एवं सति तत्र बहुव्रीहिरेव स्यात् वा अथवा कर्मधारयवत् स्यात् वा, तत्पुरुषवत् किमपि स्यात् वा इति द्रष्टव्यं। चिन्ता नास्ति, समस्तपदमेव तत्।
महोदय, भाषिणः गुणिनि इव अस्ति वा?
आम्, गुणी गुणिनौ गुणिनः, सम्यक्। तथैव भाषिन् इति प्रातिपदिकं, भाषी भाषिणौ भाषिणः इति मन्ये। तथा भाति मम मनसि, मे मनसि तद्द्रष्टव्यं। वरिष्ठानां प्रश्नकरणेन तत्र ज्ञानं भवति, अथवा तत्र शब्दरूपावल्यां कुत्रापि स्यादपि, तदपि द्रष्टव्यं। चिन्ता नास्ति, पश्यामः। नौ विल् नाट् गेट् tight into whether it's a karmadharya or it qualifies for a bahuri. That is a little tough there, because you can take mitam bhashanam yasya saha that way, or mitam bhashati yaha saha. That yaha saha is not applicable for bahuri. You cannot take. So we will analyze that slowly. There is not very straightforward. Okay. So Mahiyan, so Mahiyansaha I had written here only. So it's Prathama Vibhakti Bahuvachana Rupa, and Visheshana is Mahimitama. So Mishabhashanaha Bhavanti Santi is the Kriya Pada we have to assume. Okay. So अस्माभिः पठितं यत् समासेषु प्रधानतया चत्वारः भेदाः, अपि च तत्र यदि तत्पुरुषे अन्तर्भूत कर्मधारयः द्विगुः इति पृथक् क्रियते चेत् षड् भेदाः इति ज्ञातुं शक्नुमः. Remember this picture mentally. Okay, and like yesterday there was some doubt about the word I had used, so I have replaced it with what is clearly a bahuvrihi, krita kovidah. Okay, like for example, those who have passed Kovida exam. This is extremely specific to Samskrita Bharati. Nobody will understand this otherwise outside of our world, because Kovida as an exam is a prakriti of Samskrita Bharati. So otherwise, Kovida Shabda generally means an expert. So Krita Kovida is a kind of a weird construct outside of the fact that Kovida is the name of the exam. Okay, all right. And one more thing, avyayi bhava it produces an avyaya, like upakrishnam, like that. So I had one lakshana katana here vertically. So I'll just read that for completion. Sadrisham trishu lingeshu sarvasu cha vibhaktishu vachaneshu cha sarveshu yanna vyeti tad avyayam. Same in all the genders, and in all the declensions, vibhaktis, okay, in all the declensions, okay. I mean, in the sense of declension position, not the vachana column, but in the declension rows. Okay. Vachaneshu cha sarveshu. In fact, that is also applicable. It's also not changing in different vachanas. Vyeti means parivartate. In that sense, it modifies, it changes. Okay. Vyayi bhavati, vyeti. Vyaya means some kind of a change, reduction, things like that. Nothing like that happens. So, na vyeti. Yat na vyeti. Yan na vyeti. Tad avyayam. So, this is the Lakshana Katana of the Avyaya Shabda. As I told you, Vyakaranakar also, many of them are kavis. So, they try to create this Lakshana Katana in verse form. Okay, or in simple sentence form, like here, Dvayoho dvyadikanam padanam artha sahitam ekapadi bhavanam samasah. It's kind of a good sutras to remember. Okay, so that's what. So we saw these examples of Pratham in Tatpurusha Samanya, which is under number 1 here, roughly. So, Devasya Aleha Devaleha was a classic example. That is Shashti Tatpurusha. And similarly, we saw many others. One example is Prathama Tatpurusha Ardham Dinasya Ardhadinam. You see the technique. They deliberately put the Dinasya Shabda in the Uttara place in the Vigraha. Not Dinasya Ardham. They put it deliberately like this. Ardham Dinasya, because that is the order. And that is what. Okay. So, Uttarapada Pradhanatvam Darshayitum Evam Kriyate. Then Dvitiya is Gramam Gataha, because Grama is a karma pada target for Gamana Kriya. So this is a Dvitiya. Gramam Gataha, Grama Gataha. Okay, the person. So again, you see here. So this is actually Gataha is a Visheshana to a person who has gone, but it embodies that person completely in itself. So unless this word here is completely, if it represents completely the Angi is the sense of the target person. Okay. If it completely represents the Angi, then it cannot be a Bahuvrihi. Okay. If it is a Anga, then it is a Bahuvrihi. That is one thing they teach us. Okay. So Gataha, you have to inspect to check if it belongs as an Angi or an Anga. Here, Gataha is the entire person. So it is the Angi himself. So this belongs to some kind of Tatpurusha. Of course, the relationship of Grama is a karma relationship for the Gamana Kriya. So Gramam Gataha is a Dvitiya Tatpurusha, not a Bahuvrihi. Okay. Gramam Gatam Yena Saha, something like that cannot be used, because this Gataha is a complete Angi. When it belongs as a complete Angi, you have to try and rule out Bahuvrihi and look for other ways of doing Vigraha. So the same way, if we took this one, Mita Bhashinaha, the Bhashin Shabda is an Angi. It's not an Anga, the one who speaks. Okay. So again, it is it looks like doesn't qualify for Bahuvrihi. Perhaps it belongs to some form of Tatpurusha, which we need to analyze. So, I mean, I have to sit and think a bit about that. So it's very clear here. See, this, remember this. Uttarapada, you inspect to check, okay, because that is the target person eventually, whether it is an Angi or an Angabhava. Angabhava means part, like, okay, that Krita Bhojanaha, for example. Bhojanaha is not an Angi name. You cannot call someone Bhojanaha. But Krita Bhojanaha, in that, the one who has eaten. So it's an Angabhava. That is, that he has eaten is an Angabhava there. Okay. Or Lagu Hastaha. I don't know who is Lagu Hasta, but just I'm picking something that came to my head. Lagu Hastaha. So again, the Hasta is an Anga, not an Angi. So you cannot title somebody as a Hastaha. You can title him as Lagu Hastaha for sure, because one of his hand is small, something like that. Or his hand is light. Let us take that sense. One whose hand is light, one who doesn't punish badly. Okay. Some king can be called Lagu Hasta because of Mrudu Hastaha, Lagu Hastaha, like that. In that sense also, in a Dhvani. So that
Actually, sir, ongo English terms are ongo and ongi English term. Please.
anga angi. Anga is part, angi is whole. Okay, angi means the whole, anga means the part. So for example, you warrior, you are sum of many parts: hands, legs, body, head, etc. But a hand or a leg or a body portion, etc., is just the anga. So you are angi who has all those characteristics. Okay, so we have to check whether this pada represents the whole or a part. So krita bhojanaha represents a part in the sense of the act of eating. I mean, it has become an anga, having eaten. Okay, so that sense. Or lagu hastaha, mrudu hastaha, dirgha padaha. Okay, brihat shiraha. Bruhat Shiraha may have some sandhi there between ta and ha. I don't know exactly. So that kind of, those kinds of words are all bahurihis. One who has a big head, one who has a small light hand, one who has a tall frame. Like these kind of things belong in the bahurihi sense because the word is part of the whole, not the whole. It is described. Ajanubahu. Very good. Beautiful example. Ajanubahu. One whose hand is up to his knees. These kind of things are all bahuvrihis. Very easy to identify. In some places, we have this borders gray zone type of thing. So here you can clearly see Gataha is describing the whole party. In this case, it's not even, it is some activity based ascribing to that person. So this doesn't belong as a bahuvrihi for sure. Okay. So same way, manyaha is a whole person. Okay. So this kind of thing. So you can see these are also pointing to people. Gataha, manyaha, etc. Third entity, like technically. But still the third entity is entirely described within Gataha, within manyaha. So it doesn't belong in Bahurihi. So it belongs in Tatpurusha. Okay. Because the entire Purusha is, Purusha in the sense of a person here in this case, but in Hitam case, there is no person. It is that word itself. Right. Okay. That Purusha can be a thing also, not just people. I hope that is clear. Anybody is confused? Like Mahodaya asked a clear question. This Anga Angi, you are saying, I don't understand.
Sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Okay.
Well done. Good question.
I am still confused and I feel that I need to give it more thought.
No problem, Varye. We will anyway address this as we even, this point is very critical because this is how we know Tatpurusha versus Bahurihi.
Yes.
Okay. So it is a gray zone area where we need to innately learn how to distinguish between the two. And sometimes we have borderline understanding. We make mistakes. That's not a big deal.
Can you give any tips for Tatpurusha that we can identify immediately?
When you cannot identify as Bahuvrihi, you have to look for others. That's the way.
Tatpurusha,
Negative path. Yeah. So we because Bahuvrihi has more restrictive selection process. So it is easy to eliminate Bahuvrihi by that thought process and then focus on Tatpurusha or something else slowly. But Dvandva and Avyayabhava stand apart. They will never confuse those two with the other two. Usually between Tatpurusha and Bahuvrihi is the
problem is there.
Yeah, that's where our takkadi will go up and down.
Tips, sir, we can identify.
Huh?
Tips, but something.
I'm telling you, that's what the tip is, that we will learn how to identify Bahuvrihi. Then, if it doesn't fit there, we look for Tatpurusha type of Vigraha. That's what I was trying to say. Negative path. Yeah.
Negative part. Okay, sir.
Sometimes to know something, you have to describe what it is not, right? Like that. Elimination process. Exactly.
Correct.
Yeah. That is sometimes easier because the elimination is a smaller subset than the keeping subset.
Absolutely.
That is a technique that all Vyakaran also follows those techniques. Okay. Vedanta also uses that to describe Brahman. Okay. So, yeah. So then we saw Vidyaya Manyaha, Vidya Manyaha. So Manyaha is the whole Angi. Okay. So I can call a person here Manya. But how he is Manya? Vidyaya Manya, Vidya Manya. Dhanena Manya, Dhana Manya. That's also that's also a fact in Kali Yuga. Okay. So then Hitam, Deshaya Hitam. This case there is no doubt about going towards Bahuri. So Deshaya Hitam is the target itself. Okay. Chorat Bayam, Chora Bayam. Okay. So this is Panchami. Devasyaleha. Our brains are so weak, we always fall into Shashti Tatpurusha. So whenever we suspect that something is Shashti Tatpurusha, we have to ask again. Am I really checking everything like that? Okay. Chorasya Bayam, Deshasya Hitam. Vidyayaha manya. Like that, your head works that way somehow. But no. So, at least maybe Vidyayaha manya we won't do. Okay. Like, yeah. So these two, sometimes we go to Deshasya hitam, Chorasya bhayam, like that. That's quite, it sounds logical, but it is not. Because there is a grammar rule that, bhaya forces panchami bhava in the shabda and this kind of thing. So this Chaturthi Panchami, always you have to be looking for that sampradana, apadana possibilities, the ablation and the dative case applications. Okay. Then Dane Shuraha, one who is brave in giving dana. There is a concept in our culture called Patre Danam. That's another Vigraha Vakya that is very important. Not anything is Danam. Patre Danam. If you give dana to the wrong party, you are committing a sin because you are encouraging the wrong things. Okay? You are supposed to, as far as possible, especially when you are doing a significant dana, which can be harmful to a third party. Okay? Then you have to check whether the receiver is a patra. Patra, what does it mean, patra? If the receiver means a patra, means he is a proper, qualified, deserving recipient. Recipient being the patra shabda. Container for the giving that we do.
So there is a saying in Tamil, patra tarinji picha podu.
Botram marinja ponnakodu. Matlab botra dekhkar.
Okay, now we are treading dangerous territory, so I will avoid.
Yeah.
There is truth in that, but we will not analyze in this class.
True.
Okay. All right. So we'll continue reading. See, there is so many Vivekins here to learn from. Okay. I like that Tamil quote. In the above examples, the type of Tatpurusha Samasa is determined by the case ending of the former word in the Vigraha Vakya. Okay. So we saw that the first word, what Vibhakti it is determining. Ardham is Pratama, Gramam is Dvitiya, like that. Okay. Example, Gramagataha, Gramam Gataha. Here, Gramam is in Dvitiya Vibhakti. Therefore, Gramagataha is Dvitiya Tatpurusha. See, the thing is, here they have already told you, oh, this is Dvitiya Tatpurusha. This is where our problem is. They are not telling us how you came to the conclusion it is Dvitiya Tatpurusha. Some text about that is worthwhile for them to invest in. But that is where we guides and tutors come in here. As much as we know what we have learned, okay, we have to share with you. Of course, 100% nobody. I am sitting on doubts many places. But I will try to give you what I have learned and tell you where I am also doubting my analysis. Okay. Yeah. So, number 2, Chora Bayam, Chorat Bayam. Here, Chorat is Panchami. These are all mundane, what they have written. Nothing that we don't know. I wish they put few sentences about how to determine like that. For example, they could have said, this Bhaya Shabda invokes a Chaturthi Vibhakti in the source of the Bhaya. So, Chorat has been used, not Chorasya. These kind of things would have been a little bit more useful there. Okay? Yeah. Read the following sentences. So I think one thing finally Samskrita Bharati also realizes, some things it's difficult to lay out in open words. Our brain is more complex in understanding and clarifying things that we cannot actually put it to words. Some things how we understand, we cannot describe it in language, even as beautiful a language as Sanskritam. We come up short. Okay. So sometimes we should let the brain learn by, if you read 1,000 sentences, your brain will figure out more than you actually are able to explain. Your brain will figure out Pratama, Dvitiya, Tritiya, etc. without you trying to name them, classify them. Brain is constructed, the language skills of the brain is constructed that way.
Yeah,
Anyway.
we have to follow instinct sometimes.
Instinct, yeah. It's an built-in skill, language skill of the head. It is kind of, it doesn't, you cannot say there is a Matru Bhasha there. There is a Mati Bhasha. Mati Bhasha is there. Okay. Sridevi Adya Kevalam Ardadinam Karyam Kritavati. So, Dinasya Ardam Yavat Karyam Kritavati. That sense. Dinasya Ardam Yavat Ardadinam Karyam Kritavati. Okay. So, it's finally it's a Napumsakalinga Shabda there. Okay. So there is I think it sits in Dvitiya sense there. Okay. And it's to be preceded with this Yavat type of thing. Ardadinam Yavat Karyam Kritavati. So Ardadinam, though it sits like a Dvitiya Vibhakti Shabda, it has a Kalavachaka Saptamyartha there. Okay. It is actually a reference to a period of time. Okay. So that Yavat is bringing in that Saptamyartha into that. Okay. I don't know whether you can explain it away as a Kriya Visheshana in the context. Okay. But anyway, Karyam is the actual Gauna Karma with the Kritavati. Karyam Kritavati. So this one is a second karma, but in a Saptamyartha. Kalavachaka Saptamyartha. Okay. That and all has not been put in the Pravesha. All that descriptive Kriya Visheshanas also weakly dealt with in this series in Pravesha, Parichaya, etc. I wish they had chapter on Kriya Vachakas. I don't know whether it came Visheshana Visheshya, whether it focused on Kriya Vachakas. I don't know. I think there is a missing chapter in this 4. I will try to talk to some Varishtas over there, asking them to enhance and include Kriya Vachakatva in probably in Kovida level. Yeah. Yeah. Kūpapatitaha balakaha kashtena janaihi rakshitaha.
Sir, split that Ardadinam, sir. That's why they are given these sentences. All they have split.
Yeah. These are all the words that we have just learned. Yes. They have given examples for those.
Okay.
Yeah, correct. That's what they are saying. Okay. But some are new. Okay. Kūpapatitaha. Kūpe patitaha. Okay. So Kūpaha, Kūpe patitaha, Kūpapatitaha. They will explain later. Oh, Kūpam patitaha. Oh, okay. Dvitiya. Okay. See, this is where. So we will feel Saptami belongs there, because one who has fallen into the well like that. So that well belongs in Saptami in our head. I don't think it will be colossal error to say Kūpe patitaha, but looks like Kūpam patitaha due to grammatical rules of how Kūpam is used in Dvitiya sense there. Okay.
Can it not be both?
This is the Paninian rule, you see. Chapter 2, this is where we fall into deep territory. Tatpurusha Samasa explanation. See, Dvitiya, Shrita, Atita, Patita, Gata, Atyasta, Prapta, Apannaihi, Panini says. So for these kind of activities, please follow Dvitiya, don't fall into Saptami or whatever else that may come to you in your head. Okay, so that's why
other languages we can't use in Sanskrit, sir. So we definitely in the English also they have given the boy fallen in the well only. But so I said no, some words we can use only for.
Still even when you say Kūpam patitaha, still is in the meaning is in the well only. So you cannot say, except that we cannot do literal translation of in the well to Saptami. Correct. That is what you are trying to say. Because sometimes there are rules of Vibhakti mapping due to certain ways of language, ways of the language. Okay. So we are supposed to use Kūpam because there is this particularly for this looks like.
Thank you, sir.
Particularly for this, it looks like the I have done some digging because I have also fallen in the well of using kupe. So, atva kupyam, kupyam, but kupaha. So here it is very clear that there is a rule and I have dug it up. Dvitiya bhavet yatra shrita padasya, atita padasya, patita padasya, gata padasya, atyasta padasya, prapta padasya, etayoho praptihi yada apanna padasya prayah apannaihi. Okay, so etesham yoge उत्तरपद योगे द्वितीया तत्पुरुष तत्पुरुष समासे एतेषां पूर्वपद योगे इति पठितव्यं तत्र तत्पुरुषः भवेत् द्वितीया तत्पुरुषः भवेत् इति द्वितीया इस् डायरेक्टेड डायरेक्टली हियर ओके सो गुहाम् आश्रितः कालम अतीतः कूपम पतितः ग्रामम गतः ओके वी जस्ट saw that example okay paridhim atyastah for gramam gatah we didn't struggle because gamana kriya the destination as a karma pada is quite obvious right we know that in gatyartakas but for others we are learning a little bit here paridhim atyastah means one who has displaced or exceeded something like that I think. Okay, griham praptaha. This again is prapti is also a gamana kriya. So here also it's not too bad. Okay. Sukham apannaha. This also is possibly mapping straightforward in our head. One who has obtained sukha like that as an object of apanna kriya. So this is very clear.
What is paridhim?
Huh?
Paridhim. Paridhim atyastha. Paridhim.
Paridhi means boundary. Boundary.
Then.
It's there in Kannada. So I mean, sometimes if you are not in one of the mother tongues where the similar Sanskrit word is already used in that language, it becomes more a new learning. You're right. Okay, so that explains Kupa Patitaha. Kupam Patitaha Balakaha Kashtena Janaihi Rakshitaha. But at our level, where we are, Kupe Patitaha is a completely acceptable mistake. It is just violating a very tough rule of Panini. I wouldn't, at least you have got in your head the sense of what this is, right? That is more important. The meaning is accurate is more important than whether you are grammatically sitting very, very precisely. Okay, that's what I would say. Okay, Matru Sadrishi Subhadra Pakakalayam Nipuna Asti. Oh, where is this Subhadra? Okay, Matru Sadrishi Subhadra. Okay, so Matra Sadrishi, one who is equivalent to mother. Okay, so Tritiya, the sense of Tritiya is there in that Sadrishyata, Matra Sadrishi, because there is a comparison and comparison Tritiya. If you go to again Pravesha, you will see this Tritiya definition over there. Okay, Matru Sama, Matra Sama, like that. Okay, Sadrishi Sama, they are all paryayas. Okay, so Subhadra, who is like a mother, like her mother. Okay, like her mother is said, like a mother is also fine, nothing wrong. Which mother is not Nipuna in Pakakala? She is forced to become Nipuna very soon. The baby cries until she is not ready to make her eat well. Okay, Asti.
So, excuse me, when you say like a mother, it means like all mothers are supposed to be good in cooking. I mean, it makes sense when you say like her mother.
Bhagini.
Yeah.
To your family, you are good in cooking. Don't worry. Which offspring has said the mother, her mother's or his mother's cooking isn't the best?
Like that.
Sir,
I just
nowadays children are not accepting.
related to this sentence, sir. I'm talking only.
Madam, that is because at our home we follow certain paddhati to make them healthy, right? We don't overuse oil, chili, onion, garlic, and then they fall into the bad trap of eating every one of those nonsenses outside. So don't worry about that. That is because they don't know. After they are 40, once they fall ill, they will recall mother's food.
Sir, you have mistaken what I said, sir. Like,
No, Sir is
I don't want to
replying.
disturb your
Begini,
time.
let her continue, please. She's asking a serious question. Don't distract her. Was it
You are
Anjana or whoever?
Yes, sir.
Please, what was your question, Begini? Mistaken, one who said mistaken?
Oh, me. So it's okay. It's not relevant, sir.
Tell me, you already asked the question. Please ask it correctly now.
No, I'm saying like when you say Subhadra like a mother means somehow that statement is not like it's not the punch word for like her
Yeah,
mother
I
is more.
agree. I agree. It is a tongue-in-cheek type of thing.
Yeah,
I agree. This like her mother is a better interpretation.
yeah, better, nice.
Better.
It
I
sounds
agree.
nice.
I agree. But it is also nice. Any mother is actually a Nipuna also.
Yeah, it means like when you say like a mother, it means like a mother. It's sounding a little derogatory. I mean, I wouldn't say derogatory.
Okay.
Like a mother,
Anti-feminist.
discriminatory.
Discriminator. ठीक है. I'll accept. Swamatra sadrishi. Like that we'll take. Okay.
Yeah.
Though there is
Thank you, sir,
there is
for
nothing
understanding.
there to tell her mother, but that's the correct interpretation due to the cultural requirements. Yes.
Thank you for understanding, sir.
No. Sorry if sometimes I sometimes joke around and hurt the feelings. Don't take it
That's
in the
okay,
wrong
sir. It's all in the game. That's okay. Thank you.
Sir, is it not a Kartari Prayoga or Karmani Prayoga, sir? Because I thought Tritiya Vibhakti jab bhi aayega, it will be in Karmani, sir.
No, Bhagini.
Not necessarily.
Vibhakti is the primary use of Tritiya Vibhakti is a Karana Karaka. Correct? So,
Yes, sir.
but here Matra is not in Tritiya because she is the Karta of anything. Okay? Matra is there in the Vigraha Vakya because when comparing Samya, Sadrishya, etc., Samanata, etc., the word that is being compared to is forced into Tritiya. If you go back to your Pravesha, you will see that they have explained this.
Yes, sir.
That's what it is. Okay? Upapada Tritiya, it's called. Okay, so sometimes the Tritiya is due to Karana Karakatva. Sometimes it is not really technically a Karakatva as strong as that. Karana Karakatva. It is a Upapada Tritiya, Upapada Dvitiya. Like this, many we have learned. Okay? Yeah.
Okay, sir.
But technically, if Sadrishya doing the comparison is the verb there within that word, then Matra is a Karana for that comparison act. Okay? You can say that. There is a small subwheel within there. Relationship between Matra Shabda and Sadrishya Shabda is there. And there is a Karanatva of Mata. Okay? Okay. Kutrachit Bhutabalihi Devapujayaha Bhagaha Asti. Somewhere Bhutabali, some giving sacrifice of some something. Bhuta here.
Living thing, I think. No?
Yeah, whatever thing we give is being called Bhuta. Okay. Or Bhuthaya. Okay, maybe. Bhutebhyaha, correct. Bhutebhyaha. For the Bhutas. For the spirits. Okay. Bhuta here refers to the spirits. So the sacrifice that is given for the spirits is Bhuta Balihi. So Chaturthi is forced because the Bali is the Dana Karya and this is the Apadana Karaka for the Bali. That means receiver of the Dana. Okay. Bhuta Balihi Deva Pujayaha Bhagaha Asti. Okay. Somewhere there is this process of giving sacrificial offerings to the spirits in the puja prakriya for devas. I won't attempt to translate everything to English, okay? Because these words are all now well known everywhere. So, idanintana kale chora bayam adhikam asti. Chorat bayam, chora bayam. Okay? Nowadays, there is a increased fear of thieves. Yeah, mostly online. Sangeeta Shala Adya Shobhamana Asti. Okay? So, Shala, which Shala? For Sangeeta, of Sangeeta, something like that. So, Sangeetasya, Sangeetayoho, Sangeetanam. Any of them we can take. Sangeeta, no. Sangeeta.
Sangeetayaha, is it a Strilinga
Bhagini, it's not Sangeeta, a lady. It is Sangeeta is the Pullinga Shabda.
Oh, Pullinga
Sangeetam is
Shabda,
a
sir.
Napumsakalinga Shabda, sorry. Sangeetam is a Samyak Geetam, Sangeetam is a Napumsakalinga Shabda, and Shashti of that is Sangeetasya, not Sangeetayah. Sangeeta may be some lady who is named so, etc. Okay? Okay. Sangeeta Shala Adya Shobhamana Asti. But natively it is Sangeetam Shabda, Sangeetasya Shala or Sangeetanam Shala, or different types of music if you qualify. Okay, so it is shining today. The music hall or school is shining today, bright today. Shriman Sheshannaha Veedavadana Nipunaha Asit. This is Mysuru Sheshanna, Asthana Vidwan. Okay, so Shriman Sheshannaha Veedavadana Nipunaha. So Veena Vadana is one samasta. Veena Vadana plus Nipuna is another samasta. Okay, so Veena Vadane Nipunaha. This is again Angi. So that's why it's not Bahuvrihi. Veena Vadane Nipunaha. One who is smart in Veena Vadane. See, that's what. Okay, Saptami. Saptami Tat Purusha. That's what is Sata, Shata, all those things are that. Okay, then Sarve Samudra Tatam Bahu Ichanti. Samudrasya Tatam. Okay, the shore of the ocean. Everyone like Veda Panditah Srikantamurti Sarvan Bodhitavan. So Vede Panditah, I think. Vedeshu. Okay. Bahuvachana also. You can also say Vede Panditah, no problem. Okay, maybe Ekavedi. Okay, Vedeshu Panditah. Because the Srikantamurti clearly was some Sanskrit college professor in Mysore, I think. Remember, all the students of these people only have written these books. So, Vedeshu Panditah Srikantamurti Sarvan Bodhitavan. Sometimes the students try to remember their teachers or their loved ones like this by using examples around them. Okay, all right. Kavya Kushalaha Kavihi Ashu Kavitam Rachitavan. So, Kavyeshu Kushalaha, Saptami again. One who is expert in Kavya. So, in is Saptami. So, Kavyeshu Bahuvachana. Kavyeshu Kushalaha. That's what. Here they have given Eka, but you can Vigraha Vakya, you can make it Kavyeshu Kushalaha. Nothing wrong. Yes, Bhagini.
Veena Vadan, what will be the...
Veenayaha Vadanam, Veena Vadanam. Shashti Tatpurusha. Because it nothing else, you check in your head. Does Saptami belong? Does Panchami belong? No. Shashti belongs. Veenayaha Vadanam. Okay, that's all.
Shamyatam Mahodaya. Like in the seventh sentence, Veena Vadane Nipunaha. In the third sentence, the Paka Kalayam Nipuna, can that also be a samasa, Mahodaya?
Paka Kalayam Nipunaha. Paka Kala Nipuna. Correct. Then it will become a samasta pada called Paka Kala Nipuna. Here it's a Vigraha there. You can make it one pada. Paka Kala Nipuna. Paka Kala Nipuna Asti. They could have made it one word, bolded it, and given it as one more example. Correct. For example, Deva Pujayaha, there is a samasta there. Samasta will be there everywhere. They have focused on a few in the sentence, that's all.
Okay.
So, Pakala also will be Sashti?
Not Paka Kala also is, Saptami, I think. Pake Kala, something like that. Pakasya Kala doesn't fit as well as Pake.
It's like
Pake Kala, Paka Kushala, Paka Kala, yes. In cooking, not off cooking, doesn't fit so well. Okay.
Mahodaya, in the ninth one, Vedeshu Panditaha. So when we see the samasa, it is Veda Panditaha. So we will not be able to know it's a plural or a...
Very good, very good. You can go Ekavachana Vigraha, but generally we check Veda Pada, or generally 4 Vedas. So Vedeshu fits. Then you go with Bahuvachana. You see if Bahuvachana sounds better, then go with it. But you won't be in error if you say Vede Panditaha. Completely acceptable analysis. Okay?
Even that Bhuta Balihi, it can be Bhutaya Balihi also.
Correct. That's what. Same technique. Yeah. Correct. Correct. Bhutebhyaha is Bahuvachana. That's all. For example, I analyze Kavya Kushala has Kavyeshu, but here Vigraha is Kavye. that doesn't mean Kavyeshu Kushalaha is wrong. It is possible that another day the Samskrita Bharati may have written Kavyeshu Kushalaha.
Sir, but excuse me, Kavyeshu means because he is different, he has analyzed different Kavyas. So Kavyeshu may be correct, I think. One Kavya, if he analyzes, he may not be. So
Nothing
Kavyeshu
like that.
would be
Nothing
correct,
like that. Kavye Kuchalaha, because it is Ekavachana, doesn't mean one single Kavya.
Oh, okay.
One who is skilled in poetry is Ekavachana. Poetry is a Ekavachana for a whole collection of poetry.
Okay. Collection.
Same way, Kavya is a Ekavachana for a whole collection of Kavya. So, Kavyeshu is very explicit. Kavya is not so explicit, but implies the Bahuvachana sense. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Samastapada will be in Ekavachana only, sir.
Samastapada will be in whatever Vachana. Hold on. Let me answer. Please don't keep intervening. Let me answer the question number 1 and then go. Okay, so now Samastapada will be in the Vigraha Vakya in Pratama Vibhakti Ekavachana, as you see everywhere here. But in the sentence, it can be in whatever Vibhakti and Vachana as the sentence requires. Okay? Because this is just Pratama Ekavachana Rupa, then it can undergo declension to belong. Okay? Right? It so happens that Samskrita Bharati didn't want to harass us with the Vibhakti conversions also. They have everywhere used these words in Ekavachana Pratama Vibhakti. Okay? If you see. So that is the simplicity in all these examples. Everything is in Pratama Ekavachana. That's why the Vigraha Vakya directly maps the word in the sentence. But not always. For example, Paka Kalayam is there. But that doesn't mean Paka Kala is not a Samastapada. It sits in a different Vibhakti. That's all. Okay?
महोदय एक संशय अस्ति वृक्षात् पतित कोई फल गिरता है so it still be वृक्ष पतित in the second vibhakti
correct vriksham patitaha no, that will be vrikshat, that will be clear ablation,
so it will be in the fifth na
because there it is vriksha is not the object into which the falling has happened. It is something that has fallen from the tree. So, Panchami will continue.
Okay.
Same in Swargat.
Sir, we can say like this, no, sir? Vrikshat, it's always separation from the tree. So, it can be Vrikshat only, Panchami.
Yeah, because something, in the rare case, something may fall into the tree like some parachute. Maybe in that particular context, Vrikshapatitaha Sainikaha, then it means he has fallen into the tree.
So, it will be Dvitiya then.
Then it is Vriksham Patitaha. Okay. If you are using it in the sense of into, okay, then you have to force to use Dvitiya. To be very precise, to honor Panini, you have to use, to honor 2.1.24, you have to say Vriksham Patitaha.
Yes.
But then the rest of the sentence is needed to understand it is Dvitiya Tatpurusha, not Panchami. Okay. So for otherwise, for Vriksha Patitam Palam, Vrikshat Patitam Palam is the sense. Okay. See, that's what our Viveka and the context in the sentence, the Sandarbha, all the eventual meaning you want to obtain, all those play a role in what Samasa you choose. Okay. So the Samasa Pada looks the same for slightly different context. Just example, beautiful example was the Vriksha Patita word that Bhagini came up with. Yeah. Kupa Patita has no doubt. Kupat, what will fall from the Kupa? Something will fall into the Kupa. So there is Kupam Patita. Okay, I think we can move on. So these were the Samanya Tatpurusha examples they gave. So as you see, because of the time limitation, the size of the book limitation, etc., they cannot go beyond 1-2 page per Samasa type. Okay, that's what they have done. So treatment here will be limited. So if you want to learn Samasas more deeply, there is a beautiful Samasa mini book by Samskrita Bharati, written by one excellent Pandit. So that book, Samasa, Sandhi, Karaka, all those tiny books of Mahabaleshwara Bhattavarya. Mahabaleshwara Bhatta is a amazing, huge Varishta, very old man, most very good Sanskrit Pandit who leads an organization in on the way from Bangalore towards Magadi, Chennenahalli. There he has brought up so many Panditas under him. He works, of course, under I think the ashrama in Sringeri. I think that institute. But it's also linked with Rashtriya Swayamsevaka Samsthana, supported by Rashtriya Swayamsevaka Samsthana. So there they do some excellent Sanskrit learnings, teachings, progress, etc. analysis. They have published a lot of books. One of the very good Ashtadhyayi Pandita is a student of the same Varya, who is also a director over there for a while. He was my guru in my masters. Excellent. I mean, also our Vedanta Pandita for my masters was also from the same institute. If you guys have time, you should go to Chennenahalli, visit this Veda Vijnana Gurukula. That's what it is called, Veda Vijnana Gurukula. And if you want to support an organization that is very deserving of one, search for Veda Vijnana Gurukula. Ensure that it is Chennenahalli, Bengaluru thing, and please do participate in donation, sending your donations there.
Sir, how do you spell Chandenahalli, sir?
Channenahalli, CHANNENA Halli. Channena. Channena. Channa means beautiful.
Good.
Mahabaleshwar Bhatta is residing in Chennai.
Yes, he is pretty much is completely there. Yes, he is taken care of by his students only. Yeah.
But he resides in Sringeri also.
Maybe he moves here and there, but now he is very old, so I am expecting him to be almost completely residing in Chennai.
Then we will visit, sir. It's
Please,
near.
I don't know for sure, madam. I mean, that's.
We will
But
phone
even
and
whether
go,
he is there or not, it is a place to visit.
Can we continue the class, sir?
Madam?
Sir, we are getting diverted, sir.
It is useful information, madam.
Sir, we will visit, sir.
My bad, sir. Thank you. Sorry.
Thank you. It is very useful and pious information. I don't mind. Yeah.
Sorry, sir. Sorry.
Yes, sir. Correct, sir.
Yeah.
It's useful information only.
Yeah. So, okay. So, Samskritam and Samskriti go hand in hand, Bhagini. Sometimes please keep patience for the Samskriti part. Okay.
These are not diversions.
Yeah. So next we go to Nai Prabhrutayaha. Prabhrutayaha means Nai and equivalents type, that sense of stuff. That's the sense they use, Nai Prabhrutayaha. Okay. So what are these Nai Prabhrutayaha? That's what I'm listing here. Nai, U, Pradi, Kritya, Gati, Upapada. So all these Kritya, Gati are alternate names for one type of samasa. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 types are collected under Nai. So Nai samasaha, Kusamasaha, Pradi samasaha, Gati samasaha, Upapada samasaha. So they have given one example for each. Okay. So if you go back here to the classification chart, okay, you don't see Nai anywhere. So where does it belong is the first question that comes to us, right? So it is a kind of Tatpurusha subdivision only. Okay, though not listed at this level, there is even a larger expansion for Tatpurusha. Under that, Nai Prabhrutayaha also come into the picture. Okay, so Nai Samasa and a few others are grouped under Nai Prabhrutayaha. These are, in fact, subdivisions of Tatpurusha Samasa only. Important among them are the following 5. Okay, so there are more. So it's very clear. If you read bit carefully these words, it's very clear there is something beyond this list of 5. Okay, so why it is Tatpurusha? Because Uttarapada Pradhanyatva is there even here. Okay, even in Nai Tatpurusha, Uttarapada is the Pradhana. So Nai Samasaha, Adharmaha, Na Dharmaha, Adharmaha. So Vigraha Vakya is straightforward. Na Dharmaha, Adharmaha. Okay. Then Kusamasa, Kupurushaha, Kutsitaha Purushaha, a wicked person. Okay. Pradi Samasa. Pradi is basically that upasargas are called Pradayaha in grammarian world. They are called Pradi or Pradayaha in Bahuvachana. So Atidevah, Atikrantah Devam. Ati is the Pradipada there. So the meaning of Ati as an Upasarga expands to Atikranta in this context. So maybe other type of Atis can come in other contexts. Okay. Yeah. Atikrantah Devam Atidevah. Okay, Devam Atikrantah, one who surpasses God. So this you may wonder who can surpass God. I mean, this sometimes the Samskrita kavis are known this way, that they are Atidevas. That means because in their kavya they have freedom that even God doesn't have. Something like that they say. That much is the freedom given to the kavis in the kavya.
Mahodaya, this Kritya word which is given a Pradi Kritya, it's part of Pradi Samasa. Kritya is part.
Yeah, so no. Kritya and Gati are two names for the same samasa.
Okay.
Kritya samasa and Gati samasa are alternate names for one type of samasa.
Okay.
Just give me a minute. I'm sorry. There was a very important call.
Sure, sir.
Okay, sorry about that. There was a very important call. There is some death in the family, etc. Anyway, so Nai Prabhutaya. So Kritya Samasa, Gati Samasa are two names because the Samasa produces this Kritya Shabda. Some people call it Kritya Samasa. But because it is having Gati sense, the sense of target, there is Gati Samasa is the more common name also. Okay, so that we will see next, Gati Samasa. So, Shukli Kritya, Ashuklam Shuklam Krutva. So, what is not white, having made it white. So, that is called Shukli Kritya. So, it's kind of Lyabantavyaya. The word itself that is produced by Gati Samasa is a Lyabantavyaya. Okay? Shuklam, so it's a very, very specific Samasa. Okay? Upapada Samasa.
Mahodaya, Shuklam is a Napunsakalingam? Shuklaha or Shuklam?
Shuklam is an Napumsakalinga Shabda. In this case, it is kind of a Kriya Visheshana for the Kri Dhatu in this sense. But it is a Shuklam. See, natively it is a Napumsaka, but if something you are referring to as white, then it can take other lingas as a Visheshana Bhava. Okay, Shukla, Ambaram, Badaram. Okay.
So Ashuklam means
that is there. Ambaram is Napumsaka. Shuklam, Ambaram, Yasya, Shuklam, Baradara, like that. Okay.
Is there a specific meaning of this Pradi, Gati, just to understand?
Yeah. Pradi means Upasarga. Okay. Because grammarians call Upasargas as Pradayaha. It is called Pradi Samasa. You can mentally think of it as Upasarga Samasa. Okay, where the previous word, Purva word is a Pradi. It's a, what you call, Pra, Para, all those 22 variants.
Okay.
Yeah.
Upasarga.
Upasarga, correct. Upasarga Samasa is how you can mentally think of it as. And Ku Samasa is obvious because Ku is coming in that place for Kutsita, something like that. Kukarma, Kutsita, Kutsitam Karma, Kukarma, like that.
Gati, sir?
Gati Samasa is this Kritya type Samasa. Okay, where Kritya comes like this. Shukli
I mean,
Kritya.
the meaning of Gati, is it something related?
Gati, because something has changed. Something that was not that way became that way. That's called Gati. Okay? So Ashuklam, Shuklam, Kritva. That's why Kritya Samasa is easier to remember. Yeah.
Mahadeva, what about Sugandha?
That is a kind of a Pradi Samasa, you can say. But some places it is actually a normal Upasarga. You have to check whether it belongs as a normal Upasarga rather than as a Pradi Samasa. Whether it is just Dhatu combining with the Upasarga. Okay?
Because
but here the Kranta Shabda.
Shobanaha Gandaha. So Sugandaha.
So yeah, you can call it Pradi Samasa. Shobanaha Gandaha Sugandaha. Correct. Because Gandha is not a native Dhatu. Got it?
But it is not transforming, it is only there. So like ku, they should, I thought, we also be a su samas also.
No, it belongs in Pradi. It's similar, but it belongs in Pradi set. Ku samasa stands apart because it is not the Pradi list.
Sir, can I explain? Mahodaya, there are 22 upsargas. If you'll see the list, there's su in it, and that is why it comes on the Pradi.
Correct. That's what. It's part of the Upasarga list. Yeah.
And there are some words which start with ku, but ku is not used in the negative sense there.
Yeah. The Upasarga's meaning is a little gahana. It is a little deep. Sometimes not always we means negative. We may.
I know.
Yeah. So that's over time we will learn. But all we know is that we cannot conclusively say Upasarga means this. We can say Upasarga can mean this, and this in different contexts. Okay.
Yeah. The word like kusuma, ku is not used in a bad sense at all.
Correct.
Yeah.
Very well said. Well said.
Varya, prasadah or prashantah is a Pradi samasa?
I don't know if sadaha being a word. I need to check what is the thing. Prashantaha may be a Pradi samasa.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know about the other one. Whether that belongs as... See, something has to be belonging as a word to be a Uttarapada there. Okay? Yeah.
Okay, Mohan.
Is there some available list of these words?
Because prasadayati is there, so we'll have to check the dhatu pata to see if sad is there as a dhatu. Okay.
Okay.
Then if it is there, then it is a simple upasarga there.
Okay.
What is prasadayati?
I mean, pleases.
Astu.
Okay, let us finish the this lesson, guys. I think some of the Bhaginis are getting not very happy. We don't want anyone to quit here.
No, sir. We are learning so much, sir. Learning.
Just request some patience from you, Bhagini. It is natural.
Yes, no.
These are all borderline samasas. Questions are natural. Okay.
No, I got carried away at that time, sir. Please don't take it hard.
No problem. Because you are not belonging to Bengaluru, so you are probably thinking, what is my problem with somebody in Bengaluru? Don't worry like that. Everything belongs to us. Yeah.
I was a bit rude also when that Bhagini commented like that. I'm so sorry to interrupt.
No problem, Bhagini. No problem. You are not rude. It's okay. You are protecting what you saw as Upapada Samasaha, Kumbhakaraha. So here, somebody who does something who's named because of that kind of thing. Kumbham karoti iti kumbhakaraha. Why this one is this kara shabda is not doesn't have a separate life. It gets a life, a padasanya only in a samasa. You cannot just call somebody karaha. Karoti iti karaha is not allowed. Okay. Something karoti, some karaha is allowed. I mean, some I have used in a Sanskrit sense. Okay. So, kumbham karoti kumbhakaraha. Okay. So, vachanakaraha. Vachanam karoti vachanakaraha means Basavanna was a vachanakara. So, vachanam karoti vachanakaraha like that. Okay. But karaha doesn't belong as a separate word. Otherwise, it gets a padasanya only in the Uttarapada daitva of a Upapada samasa. So, that's a special type of samasa. Okay. So, kumbham karoti iti kumbhakaraha. Shastram janati iti shastragnyah. So all this karoti, janati are generating these upapadas called karaha, gnyaha. Gnyaha cannot be kind of technically used. You can use agnyaha, but not gnyaha. Though I don't know whether there is a borderline case of gnyaha being used to mean somebody who is a pandit. I have not seen it separately. Okay, shastragnyah, tantragnyah, like this. Sangeetagnyah, like this you can use.
Mahodaya,
Agnya is there. Yes, Bhagini.
So here also Uttarapada will be the pradanya?
Correct. In all these places, though it is a upapada, it is still a pradhana, the doer of kumbha, the knower of shastra. The doer and the knower is the whole angi.
Okay.
That's right. Yeah.
And the upapada
that
will
angi
always
anga is very critical. Okay.
Understood, Mahodaya.
Sir, one question, please.
Sir, one more I'll finish off. And it is always Napumsakalinga, the Uttarapada, or it can be Kumbhakari also.
Oh, it can be, depends on who is the target. Very good question.
Okay.
See, so finally Kumbhakaraha is a Visheshana to somebody. So Kumbhakarini may come. Okay, we have to learn what kind of three pratyaya to use. It may be Kumbhakarini, I think. Okay, and Shastrajna may be there like this. Okay. Yes. What is the question, Sudhir Varya?
Sir, Bulchila, sir, I am asking about Kumbham Karoti iti. Sir, which one is Upapad here, sir?
Karaha is the Upapada.
Oh, Karaha.
Generated from Karoti iti.
Mahodaya, Shankaraha athava Prabhakaraha also comes under
kind of belong. Yes, Shantim Karo, Sham. But there is a Sham is coming from some kind of shortening of Shanti.
Shubha,
So
sir.
maybe Sham is a word also. Sham is a word also. Yeah, Sham Karoti Shankaraha. Correct.
And
He is a
Karoti,
Upapada
sir.
Samasa.
Okay.
Samharam Karoti.
Huh?
Samharam Karoti. Destroyer.
What is the word then?
Samharam Karoti Sankaraha.
No.
Sir.
Sham is peace. Sham means peace.
Oh,
okay. Don't take it in the wrong direction. Shamkaraha means one who brings about peace. And bringing about peace may involve that act what you described.
Yeah, sir is telling Sham and you are telling Sura Samharam.
Yes, sorry.
Yeah.
Sham is Shamana Karna matlab Shant Karna.
Correct. Shaman is the word in Hindi. Correct. Very good. Shanti, Shamana. Sham itself is a word in Sanskritam. In fact, we write at the end of letters, we write iti, Sham, like that. Okay. Sham is a Vedic word also. Very good. So read the following sentences. Sajjanaha.
Sir, again, please. Astraggo, here Upapad is?
Gnyaha.
Yeah, okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Gnyaha is the Upapada. Karaha in the other one.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Sajjanaha adharmam na sahante. So, good people do not withstand or tolerate adharma, the excession of dharma, injustice. Dineshah kridayam apatuhu asti. Na patuhu, na apatuhu, nai samasa. So, Dinesha is not a great person in sports. You're not expert. Janaha kurupam na icchanti. Kutsitam rupam. People don't like ugliness. Correct. Kukrityena papam sambhavati. So here, because kritya is there, doesn't make it kritya samasa. So be careful. It's not in the labanta sense. Kritya is in some other kind of suffix application as a kriti shabda. So krityena. Okay, so from that, kukrityena, by a bad act. Okay, by a bad act, papam sambhavati, a sin is accumulated. Yeah.
So one question, please. This apatuhu is non-samasa.
Correct. Why na is not there is the question, right? So if you see the nai samasa, when the na is added, you check whether the agrima word that follows, okay, and decide whether a will apply or na will apply, like that.
No, that is okay. My question is then adhanaha. Both describe a person, apatuhu as well as adhanaha.
Adhanaha, correct.
But adhanaha is bahurvihi, non-brahmati.
Yeah, because dhana is a quality of the person. You cannot call somebody dhanaha.
But both are describing
Dhanika
a person.
with cup may be a person. Okay, is an angi. Dhanika shabda is angi. Dhanaha doesn't belong as an angi. So dhanam asya nasti iti adhanaha. So that's why it's bahurihi.
Okay.
Dhana is becoming an anga to him. He's not the whole angi.
Acharya, in that case,
Nirdhanaha is also similar.
Yeah, I was going to ask the same thing. Nirdhana ke uska, how?
Yeah, sometimes you are allowed two different upasargas in a similar sense.
But how do we write it?
Same way. Dhanam asya nasti iti nirdhanah.
Nirdhana.
Nir
Okay.
and nai both take one is nai bahuvrihi, one another one is pradi bahuvrihi. You can kind of say. I think we'll have to check bahuvrihi list. Yeah.
Avyayi bhava, sir.
It is not avyayi bhava because nirdhanaha is a pullinga shabda. Bagini?
Sorry, sir. I thought nirmakshikam, makshikana.
Nirmakshikam. Everywhere nir comes, it doesn't need to be avyayi bhava. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Good to make all these mistakes. That's where we learn. Because our brain gets fixated. Oh, nir, it's avyayi bhava. No. It's not because of nir, it's avyayi bhava. The end effect is avyaya. That's why it's avyayi bhava.
Mahodaya, what could be the Vigraha Vakyam for kukrityena? Kutsitam karoti yena? Is it that correct?
No, you have to not do it in one way. Kutsitam karoti iti kukrityam. Okay. Kutsitam karyam kukrityam. Okay. Then tena kukrityena. Like that.
Okay.
You have to do vibhakti displacement.
Sure.
Sugunaendraha tasya vidyalayasya. Okay, now we will take a break because I think we passed 12. I also lost some time. Take a water break now for 4 minutes and we will continue reading after 4 minutes. Okay, welcome back. All right, so some more examples. So about 10 examples they're given in total, and then they have gone on to explain the Vigraha Vakya. So what we have to literally do is, kind of go back and forth and fall into this. And this is not sufficient list of examples. But once you have done the exercises and you can rewrite them in sentences, etc., you will get few more actually. So best thing to do is to collect the examples of different types of samasas. So for example, for each samasa, maybe 10 examples with their Vigraha Vakya as your scratchbook work. Okay. Collected from this book and wherever else you can lay your hands on such information, right? So that's something that you guys need to do so that you get better grip on the types of samasa. Okay, and believe me, it's not like, oh, we will get it 100%, because sometimes some samastapadas do belong in two categories depending on how you interpret them, as we have seen. And sometimes our brain fixates on something. That's not too bad. If 80% of the time we are getting the sense, most important thing is the meaning. If you're getting the meaning, you are there. That's the most important thing. What the language wants to convey is the meaning first. Then all the technicalities, what Vyakarana category, is it Kritya Samasa, Gati Samasa, becomes less relevant. It's only relevant to the extent of these exams a little bit. In real life, it's more important to know the meaning and the correct usage of that word. Okay? Yeah. But it will be nice to be a good Vyakarani also to know its grammatical background more accurately. Over time we will get it better and better. So we'll see the few remaining examples. Sugunaendraha tasya vidyalayasya pracharyah asti pragataha acharyah pracharyah pradisamasa. See here, pragataha acharyah pracharyah. So better sometimes to write this right there. That's what this slide is more useful for this slide. These four, I should have put it in, jammed it into this slide itself. It would have been better, because na dharmaha adharmaha na patuhu apatuhu, like this. Okay, like this here is na patuhu na dharmaha. Then kutsitam rupam kurupam. Okay, there is no need to say yasya saha, nothing like that. It just finishes there. Okay, this yasya saha, yena saha, all those things, atva yasya sa, all those things come only in bahurihi. Okay, so another important thing to remember, because of the anga angi bhava in bahurihi, when we address it, we will address it better there. But just a look ahead, I will tell you, if yasya saha or yasya, if some other vibhakti like yasya is coming, it belongs in bahurihi. If your brain is falling on yaha saha or yasa, then it is not a bahuvrihi. Okay, because yaha saha yasa means whole angi. Correct? Whoever that person is a whole angi, immediately it shifts to tatpurusha category. If something mentally is yaha sahar, yasar, yatu tat, okay, whoever, whichever lady, whichever thing, if it falls there, then it is a angi bhava, not a anga bhava. Then it belongs there. But yasya saha is a anga bhava. See, yasya, that of whomsoever, of whomsoever. So there is an anga bhava of that, like hasta of whomsoever, the hand of whomsoever, like that. So that's where it have to be focusing on. That's why Prathama Vibhakti is not allowed in Bahuvrihi, that Yaha Saha, Yasa is not allowed. Only Yam, Yam Saha, Karma or Karana relationship. Okay, Yena Saha. Okay, these kind of things has to come.
Sir, one doubt I got. Shobhanam Janaha, Sujjanaha. That Pradipak Nai Samasa is coming. No, how I did not understand.
See, all these pradis, the su pradi has a Samskrita word, one or two words, not always Shobhana. It can be sushtu, some things like that also. Okay. So we mentally associate this short form su with the Shobhana.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So that is the expanded meaning of su in the context. Okay. So Sujanaha kenapi vairam nakaroti. So Sujanaha, as you explained here, Shobhanaha Janaha. In this case, Pullinga Visheshana. Shobhanaha Janaha. Okay. Here if it was some other Sukanya, then Shobhana Kanya, Sukanya, like that. Okay. So a noble man will not become enemy with anyone. It's an impossible act nowadays. Samskritam saralikritya vayam chatran pathayama. So asaralam saralam kritva, something like that. See, that's what. Asaralam saralam kritva saralikritya. What is not easy, making it easy or teaching it in an easy way. Okay, saralikritya. So it doesn't mean we are corrupting the language. We are trying to simplify the path to its learning by taking a easy subset first and trying to teach that. Okay. That's what here it means.
Will there always be a Lebanta in this case, like Krutya?
This is one thing my Guruvarya I have asked in this way. There are, why only force Lebanta into this Gati Samasa, Kritya Samasa? That's how the book teaches and that's how it is. So, but I have seen other word application, like I have asked my Guruvarya, but he's not been able to come back yet. He has to approach. Sarali Kritam is also a word. Sarali Kritam, right? So I asked him this, why Sarali Kritam cannot be a Kritya Samasa or Gati Samasa? Why we have to look for other options like that? Okay. But we are not able to answer that at this moment. Okay. So there may be a different Samasa path to it rather than categorizing it as Kritya Samasa.
So, and one more question, sir. In Pracharya, I mean, what is the difference between Acharya and Pracharya?
That's what. Higher Acharya is Pracharya.
Okay, so pra means
Pragataha means one who has progressed further. Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Pragataha itself has a pradi.
Mahodaya, about this Sarla Kritya, can you explain a little bit about the anta there? Because it looks like a lyap pratyaya, but
lyap, correct.
It is lyap. It is lyabanta.
It is a lyabanta, correct.
Okay.
Lyap pratyaya there.
Okay.
So this kritya samasa has a built-in lyap. Okay, but kritya is not a legal word. Kritva is a legal word. You remember? Okay, because whenever it is without upasarga, then we have to use tva. So we have to say kritva. So that's why the vigraha has kritva, but the eventual form has the lyabanta replacing the tvanta.
Oh, okay.
Asaralam
Wonderful.
saralam kritva, because kri is a upasarga rahita dhatu prayoga. So when it is a upasarga rahita dhatu, tvanta is the applicable grammar rule. You cannot say kritya, you have to say kritva. But eventually the same tvanta transforms to a lyabanta in the samasta. Because of the sarali is a upasargavat. It is considered like a upasargavat for kru dhatu there. So lyabanta is applied.
Okay. Thank you.
So upasargas are 22 in number, but there are a lot of upasargavat shabdas. I mean, like upasarga. Vatti means that type. Yeah.
Sir, it will be wrong to say sarali krutva.
It will be wrong to say sarali krutva. It will be wrong in the sense of usage of the tvanta is illegal there.
Mahodaya, could you ask your Guru Varya to ask if this twi, I've heard of, I mean, from some other source about the twi pratyaya in this context. So if you could clarify that, sir. If you know it, it's great, or your Guru Varya.
Can you just drop a question to me? I will.
I will.
My Guru Varya is a Sahitya person. He hates grammar questions, but he is very, actually grammar knowledge is extremely good. But people who want to call themselves Goyakaranis, they don't want to call it that until they have deeply read the grammar. Because it's a very, very exacting science. Like, anybody is not a mathematician, something like that.
Yeah. No, actually, for a language, like you learn the language first and the grammar next. Here it is learning the grammar first and the language next. So
here we are learning through examples, so it's kind of in between. Yeah. So matuhu adeshena putraha swaprakoshtam swachikritya shalam gacchati. Aswacham swacham krutva swachikritya. Okay. So this is a lebantavyaya. So there is no linga, no vachana, nothing. It is a avyaya shabda. So it belongs as a clausal noun, nominal verb form. Okay, clausal nominal verb form, which is having the sense of having done. Okay, so by the directive of the mother, the son, his own room, having cleansed, goes to the school. Oh, where is this putra? We are searching for him. Okay, panjare stitopi simha bhayankaraha eva. Okay, so bhayankaraha, bhayam karoti iti bhayankaraha. Okay, so that's the this upapada samasa. Karaha, karaha, two forms emerge there. Here it is karaha. So it is in the same sense of karaha. Okay, so again, there may be grammar rules why karaha comes in some places, karaha in other places. Deep end of Panini. Okay, we will leave it at that. We will stay with our knowledge of words. So upapada samasa. So if you can see, there is a close relationship. There it is kritya lebanta is karaha is it's a person itself, so it's a upapada. So that's why they are all in one category. Nai prabhrutaya. There is a kind of overlapping zones, you can say, in their meaning generation. So even standing inside the cage, the lion is fear, causes fear, sadly for him. Okay, asmakam shikshakah shastrajnah asti. So our teacher, he is the knower of shastra. Shastram janati iti shastrajnah. Like it's a pullinga derivation, like some Bhagini asked, depending on the context, it could be in Strilinga, mitram. If it is asmakam mitram, then it would be in shastrajnam, something like that. Asti. Okay, so we saw this. So like I told you, no, we have one or two examples of each here through this list. Couple of nice, couple of coos, couple of pradis, exactly two they have given. Little stingy, but what to do? We'll have to collect a few more from the abhyasa and make a larger list. At least 10 we need to internalize this better. Okay. Vishesha Vishayaha. So special. Now we have moved out. So what they have taught us so far, they taught us the varieties of samasa at a high level. There is even more refined list, but at a high level they have taught us. Then they have taught us the Samanya Tatpurusha, the 7 varieties from Prathama to Saptami. Then they have taught us examples of Nai Prabhrutayaha with examples, which is 5 of that Nai Prabhrutayas. There are more, but 5 major ones they have shown to us. And all these belong in the Tatpurusha. Though Nai Prabhrutaya is not listed, you can kind of put a bar here and put here Nai Prabhrutaya. You can continue the bar, put Samanya Tatpurusha. right? Like that. Okay. So technically, you can look at it that way. You can straight away see the insufficiency of this table because right away it has gone into something that doesn't belong in the table at all. Okay. All right. So now we have moved on from little bit of samasa learning. I think probably at this stage we learned a little and got confused more. That is okay. That is process of learning. Tadditantaha. So we move to the other subject that they continuously want to teach us. So as you know, the approach of Samskrita Bharati, don't go to the end with one thing and bore the people. Spread it a little bit. Let us have a little chili, little salt like that, and then slowly proceed. Okay. So Tadditanta. Study these sentences. Airavataha Aindraha Gajaha. Okay. Airavata is a Aindra Gaja. The Aindraha is coming from Indra Shabda. Indrasya Ayam Aindraha. Pullinga. Ayam, Iyam, Idam is used. Ayam for Pullinga, Iyam for Strilinga, and Idam for Napumsakalinga. Again, it is same as saying Indrasya Eshaha, Indrasya Esha, Indrasya Etat. Technically, it is Eshaha, Esha, Etat, but the Vaiyakaranis prefer this adas rupas. So ayam, iyam, idam is used. Instead of etat or tadrupas, they use adas rupas. So this is coming from adas pratipadika. Ayam, iyam, idam in the three lingas. Okay. These tables also we have to kind of start memorizing a bit at this level. Aindraha gajaha. Indrasya ayam aindraha. Why it is ayam? Because gajaha is pullinga, so aindraha is pullinga. Visheshana to gajaha. Airavataha. In this case, all three are you can say Airavataha is the Visheshya and Aindraha is a Visheshana and Gajaha is a Visheshana to Airavataha. What is the Kriya Pada? Asti. Vayam Bharatiyaha. Bharatasya Ayam Bharatiyaha. Te Bharatiyaha. Or you can also decline ayam, in Bahuvachana, if you know, and use that, but te I will stick to for now. Okay, or ete. Te or ete, Bharatiyaha.
Maybe imaha.
Huh?
Imaha.
Ayam ime imaha, something like that, right? Very, very good, Varya. See, very good. Nice. Imaha. But I will stick to ete. I found it very difficult to memorize other shabda. Okay. Arjune Shauryam Asti. Okay. So Shurasya Bhavaha Shauryam. I think again, I think it will be nice if that table is put here instead of somewhere else. Okay. It's not there at all. They are not even bothered. Maybe I should have spent some effort to throw the text in. By next lesson, I will do that. But here, what I have focused on is a little too much grammatical detail that was not needed. This is coming from Arn Pratyaya. This is coming from Arn Chaha. I mean, this thing, little bit more technical I have focused. Okay. Remember, this Tadditas, there is not like one single pratyaya is used for tadditas. Depending on the context, there are different varieties like this. See what all you technical letters you see. All these are Paninian pratyayas, which are taddita pratyayas. Okay, matup, ini, in, matup, etc. Like these variants are there. Okay. Anyway, it's too technical. What I have put is less useful than if I had put actually the vigraha. They have put a couple only, so that's why it's worthwhile for us to. So maybe it's time for us to make our own vigraha with the pada table for taddisas also, just like we need to do for samastas. So vayam bharatiyaha arjune shauryam asti. So shurasya bhavaha shauryam. Pushpe komalatvam asti. So the nature of mrudu, softness, like that. Okay, delicate nature, like that. Is there and isn't there? They haven't done this.
Is there in the next slide?
Bhava in Shura.
Komalasya bhavaha.
He's here. It's here in this slide.
It's kept given, na? Where?
Komalasya bhavaha.
Here. Likewise, I think they have not given the comprehensive list somehow. Maybe. Okay. All right. Let's go in the order and then come to the vigrahas. Okay. Komalatvam is a taddita. Komalasya bhavaha. Then bhashane madhurata bhavet. So madhuratayaha bhavaha madhurasya bhavaha. Something like that. Okay. Bhashane madhurata bhavet. May there be softness or sweetness in speech. Ramah guni rupavan shaktiman cha. So guni has ini pratyaya. Gunasya bhavaha guni. Then rupavan matup. Okay. So and then shaktiman also matup pratyaya. Two of them. Okay. Then Sita gunini. Same guni. Ini with a stri pratyaya. Okay. Gunini in Sita's case. Rupavan goes to Rupavati in Matup Strilinga. Shaktiman similarly Shaktimati and Buddhiman Buddhimati Matup in Strilinga. Okay. So Buddhihi asyaha asti iti Buddhimati. And the pratyaya used is Matup. Buddhihi asya or Shaktihi asya asti iti Shaktiman. Matup pratyaya applied, but it is a taddita pratyaya. And it is a pullinga vigraha vakya. Okay? Like this. Rupam asya asti iti rupavan. Again, matup applied. It's a taddita vigraha vakya. Rupavati also same vigraha except you convert it to strilinga. Rupam asyaha asti iti rupavati. Asya asyaha. Okay? Okay? Etasya etasyaha, but they prefer, like I told, asya asyaha, like that. Okay, pushpam sugandhi varnavat renumat cha. Okay, pushpam sugandhi napumsaka shabda. Okay, varnavat napumsaka shabda. Renumat. So varnavat renumat comes from matup and sugandhi comes from in and it is in napumsaka. Okay. Sugandaha asya asti iti sugandhi napumsake. Okay. In pullinga, it may become sugandhi, sugandhin shabda, sugandhi like gunini, guni, gunin shabda, gunin shabda here in Srilinga, like that. Okay. All right. So in all these purusha visheshanas like this, asya asti, asyaha asti, like that will be the vigraha. Okay. Here, when it is some kind of feeling or qualitative description like this, it is bhavaha, like that will come. Okay. Slightly different types of vigrahas occur for tadditas based on the nature and the target. So, for example, see, madhurata uses a tal pratyaya. Okay. If same thing could have been madhuratvam bhavet, then it would have been tal plus tva pratyaya is used. Okay. Madhuryam could have been used. Bhashane madhuryam bhavet. Then it is shyang pratyaya. See, the meaning is not changing, but techniques are available to say the same thing in 3-4 different ways. Madhuryam syat, madhurata syat, madhuratvam syat, like this. Okay. Komalata is also allowed. Kaumalyam may also be there. Bagini.
Is it tadita is only one word?
Tadita is a common vritti name. Vritti name. Okay. The process is named tadita vritti and many pratyayas. Like krid vritti has 110 plus pratyayas. Correct? So it's called krid vritti because it takes a dhatu and takes it into a nominal stem. Okay. Similarly, tadita vritti takes a nominal stem and makes it a new nominal stem. But many pratyayas are available to do that.
No, my question is like in samasa, you have two words coming together.
Tadita is one origin, one word.
That's what I wanted to
Correct. If you remember in the first class, I showed one flowchart.
Yes.
That flowchart you see again, you will understand. So the Tadita comes from one Pratipadika to a new Pratipadika. That is Tadita flow.
It gets transformed, basically.
Samasta is not there in the flow chart. Samasta takes two Pratipadikas and makes one Pratipadika.
Understood.
Yeah. Progressively, it can be more. Yes.
Mahodaya, is it possible to show one Tadhita in all the 7 Vibhaktis just for information's sake?
It may not be applicable that way, Varya.
Oh.
Good question. Sometimes some of the pratyayas are not allowed in some places. Okay. Aindram may be allowed, but Aindraman may not be there. Indraman may not be there. I mean, that's what you understand what I'm saying. Sometimes this particular pratyayas are applicable in particular contexts. I don't know, have the comprehensive knowledge. But there may be, for example, I know, Maduratvam, Madurata, Madhuryam, everything is there.
Okay.
Because I'm aware, I'm telling you. That's all. Here, I am not aware.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
In the first sentence, Aindraha. Okay, Renumat. What is Renumat? Oh, Renuhu means pollen. Okay. Pushpam Renumat. That means full of pollen. It is full of color and it is full of good smell. Beautiful. Taditas give such beautiful Visheshanas to us. In the first sentence, Aindraha means Indras are related to Indra. Such words are called Sambandhartaka Taditantaha. You have already learnt about Taditanta in the first lesson as a summary. Here, a is a suffix added. In fact, it is Anu. Okay. Anu is the Paninian name for it. A is what remains and it's almost insignificant. Anu is more meaningful than a. Okay. To the nominal stem, Indra making Aindra. Because Arna describes Adi Vriddhi. Doesn't describe anything. Arna describes Adi Vriddhi. Since Aindra is an adjective, it always follows the noun in gender, case and number. So here it happens to be in Pullinga because of Airavataha. So Aindraha is in Pullinga. It may become somewhere else Aindri. Here it is. Aindri. See? Indrasya iyam Aindri. Sabha, for example. Aindri may refer to. So Aindri Sabha, Aindri Sabhayam, like that even Samasta I can, okay, in Indra Sabha, like that, okay, Aindram for now Vanam, okay, so what is that? There is a beautiful name for Indra's Vana, so Aindram Vanam.
That Amravati or what?
Amaravati is the name maybe for the Vana, correct. Amaravati is the name for the capital, Bhagini, not for the Vana. Vana has another name.
Is that Parijatak fool?
That is where Parijata flower, correct. But there is a name for that Vana. Somebody will come up with it, I'm sure. Okay. In the same way, let us read it from here. Since Aindra is an adjective, it always follows the noun in gender, case and number. Meaning of these words is explained. Thus, Indrasya ayam, Indras, this masculine entity, Aindraha, Gajaha, in this case, example case, Pullingam. Indrasya iyam, Aindri, Sabha. What has really happened is, Aindra is the Pratipadika that is generated, Stri Pratyaya is added to take it to Aindri. Okay. Aindra is the Pratipadika even for the Napumsaka form, but Aindram is the Napumsaka derivation. Just as Aindraha is the Pullinga derivation, Aindram is the Napumsaka derivation of the same Pratipadika. Everywhere Arn is applied. So when it comes out as a Trilingaka Pratipadika and then takes Stri Pratyaya for Strilinga and takes Pullinga noun forms from the same Pratipadika. Yes, Bhagini?
So could it be Nandan Kanan?
Nandanavana, something like that.
Nandanavana,
correct.
Sir, I googled this, sir, honestly.
Oh, nice. No, Google is pretty good. Yeah. Even
Khandwa forest also.
Khandwa also, wow. Okay. I'm not aware of that.
Sir, here, Aindraha, as soon as we say Aindraha means is Indra's elephant.
It doesn't always mean elephant. Any masculine entity that belongs to Indra or associated with Indra can be Aindraha. Okay. As long as it's a masculine entity.
Okay, sir.
But here in context, it is the Gaja.
Okay.
Indra's son also can be Aindraha.
Yeah, exactly. Indra's son can be Aindraha. Indrasya apatyam puman Aindraha. Like that.
Sir, one question, please. Sir, Oyom, Iyom, Idom. Sir, what means?
This, good question. in the Shabda Rupas, there is this Tad Shabda, Tad Pratipadika, right? Saha tau te, tam tau tam, tena tabhyam taihi, what we learn in Pullinga, or sa te taha, tam te taha in Strilinga, or tat te tani, etc. in Napumsakalinga. That is called Tad Shabda. Tad also has a etad derivation and all that, you know that. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Now, similar to Tad Shabda, there is another Pratipadika, powerful Pratipadika available called Adas. Okay.
Yes, yes.
Adas also has 3 forms in 3 lingas. Okay. The Prathama Ekavachana of Adas is Ayam, Iyam, Idam.
Okay, sir.
And the meaning of Adas is similar to Yeshaha, Yesha, Etat.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Somebody is trying to say something?
Yes, sir. Makaranta idam shabda, sir. Ayam, iyam.
Ayam, iyam, idam.
Makaranta idam shabda. Other not others, sir.
Oh, no, idam, okay.
Idam
Others, not
shabda.
others. Okay. Okay. Makaranta iyam shabda va. Idam. Anyway, I am not
Idam,
convinced.
idam.
Anyway, let me look up also and separately share
It
it.
is there in Pravesha book, sir. By seeing that only.
Pravesha book, page 212, sir.
Yes.
Makarantaha strilingaha idam shabdaha. Iyam ime ima.
Somehow it is known as others is the Pratipadika somehow. Maybe
Others is also there, sir.
That is also there,
Sakaranta
sir.
others shabda. Asau amu ami it is.
Oh, that is only
Page
almost
210.
Banga Samskrita uses that shabda a lot. In fact, they still use it in Bengali. That's those forms. Ami, all those forms. Okay. That is a Vanga Samskrita. Very, very clearly. Okay. So there are 2 more then. Not just others. So there is this idam version.
Idam shabda.
In the same way, words like Shiva, Shaiva, Vishnu, Vaishnava, Samudra, Samudra are found. Some more examples they have given. So we can quickly build a list from these also. Okay. Shivasya idam Shaivam, like that. Shivasya ayam Shaivaha, like that. In the second sentence, suffix iya is added to the nominal stem, Bharata. Okay, that iya comes from an plus chaha according to my analysis. Anyway, making it Bharatiya to mean related to India. Videshiya, Bharatiya, Manaviya, Natakiya are Sambandhartaka Taditanta words in the iya pratyaya. These words are also explained like Aindra. The Vigraha is similar. Bharatasya ayam Bharatiyaha. Bharatasya iyam Bharatiya. Like that. Bharatasya idam Bharatiyam. So Bharatiyam Pushpam. Bharatiya Mahila. Bharatiyaha Praja. Like that. Bharatiya Praja is a Strilinga Shabda natively, I think. Okay. All right. So Taditanta in the 3rd, 4th and 5th sentences are called Bhavartaka Taditantas. That is this. Shauryam, Komalatvam, Madhurata. We can kind of make out. These are all, it is not a person. It is a quality in a person. Shauryam is a quality in a person. Komalatvam, Madhurata. So they belong to this Bhavartaka Taditanta. So this is important. This
When we observe the Siddhanta, I have noticed adjectives are used for comparison. That is
so what is important is we should note that there are Sambandhartaka Taditantas, Bhavartaka Taditantas.
Sambandhartaka comparison is there.
Okay, so Taditanta in the 3rd, 4th and 5th sentences are called Bhavartaka Taditanta words. Bhava means nature or an innate quality. Shauryam is a bhava in Shura, in a brave person. The innate quality in the brave is called bravery. I mean, the same way that bravery is derived from brave in English. Okay. Read the following sentences. Arjunaha Shuraha. Arjuna is brave. Arjune Shauryam asti. So the bhava of Shuratva or Shaurya is there in Arjuna. Okay. So Shauryam. Okay. Asti. Shauryam is explained as Shurasya Bhavaha, Komalasya Bhavaha, Komalatvam, Madhurasya Bhavaha, Madhurata. But the pratyayas are varying. So here Shyang, here Tal plus Tva, here Tal is used like that. Okay. Ya, Tvam, Ta. That's what. This Shyang, Tal, Tva, and Tal. This is what they have explained here with this final suffix only. Okay. So, are bhavartaka tadita suffixes of the same meaning. So, these are Paninian technical details. These are the Laukika final forms that they have trying to use. Little bit meaningless because it doesn't convey anything grammatically. These convey a lot grammatically in the Ashtadhyayi. Okay, you can actually search for sutras that explain how to use those. Okay, these are added to adjectives to make bhavartaka taditanta namapadas. Okay, of course, tadita always generates a nominal stem, so namapada. When ya or tvam is added, the word formed is in napumsaka linga. Okay, so there is some nature of gender that happens. So madhuratvam is an napumsaka shabda. Okay, madhuryam is an napumsaka shabda. Okay, so that bhava is in napumsaka. The suffix ta makes it strilinga, madhurata. Okay, so dhairyam, dhiratvam, dhirata. They have given one example for one pratipadika. Okay, dhirasya bhavaha dhairyam, dhirasya bhavaha dhiratvam, dhirasya bhavaha dhirata. But the pratyayas are different. Okay, bhavartaka taditanta words. The word in the 6th, 7th, and 8th sentence are called matvartiya taditanta. So third category is emerged. So we learnt sambandhartakas, this Aindra, like this Bharatiya, like that. We learned bhavartakas, and now we are looking at matvartiya. Okay, matup, largely matup pratyaya, where it plays a role. So Rupavan, Shaktiman, Guni, Rupavati, Renumat, Sugandhi, all these things also. Okay. Different lingas. So see, the first one is all pullinga, second one is all strilinga, third one is all napumsakalinga examples, but that is because of visheshanatva. These matup produces a common stem that can go towards all these genders due to visheshana visheshya bhava. Okay. Whereas that madhuryam, etc., the bhava itself is having a fixated linga. See the difference. Okay. Here is a visheshana visheshya bhava playing a role. Here nothing like that because the word is complete. It is not a visheshana. Shauryam is not a visheshana. It is a pada in its own right. So it has its own linga. Okay. These are explained thus. Gunaha asya asti iti guni in pullinga. Ini pratyaya. Gunaha asyaha asti iti gunini. Here what has really happened, guni is generated. Okay, and from that, this further one of the three pratyayas, there are 6 three pratyayas. One of those is applied to make it gunini. Okay, so gunaha asya asti iti guni. So the same ini pratyaya is applied here, but it has not taken on the pullinga form. It has taken the napumsakalinga form, where is the hrusvatva, like guni, gunini, gunini in napumsaka declensions. So gunini is a strilinga ekavachana also. It is also napumsaka dvivachana. Guni, gunini, gunini, like this. that overlapping forms is a trouble that we will face. Somehow we have to contextually understand it is a napumsaka dvivachana, not a stri ekavachana, all those things. Okay? Contextually. Similarly, so there are lots more examples for matup with ini. So balam asya asti iti balavan or bali. If it takes ini, it is bali. If it is matup, it is balavan. Dhanam asya asti iti dhanavan atava dhani. Dandaha asya asti. See, this is native. That's why it is less useful. This English vigraha is total wasted for us because it doesn't teach us the original linga, gender, nothing. It simply shows the pratipadika. You cannot write in the exam using English. So it is a little wasted on us. But so that's why I'm reading it in Samskritam. Balam asya asti iti balavan atava bali. Dhanam asya asti iti dhanavan dhani. In your scrapbook, you build that. Dandaha astya asti iti dandavan. If you are confused about this, look up in the kosha. Okay, so ashtadhyayi.com app you install on your mobile, or you can go browse ashtadhyayi.com, and there is a kosha anveshanam subsection. If you go there, only thing you have to carefully do is not type it in the final form. You have to type the pratipadika that you think it is danda. Then it will put dandaha or dandam or whatever is the form below, saying it is a pullinga shabda, it is an apumbugalinga shabda. So like that we learn. But more important way to learn is if you have seen the danda shabda in lot of prayogas, then you know it is a pullinga shabda like that. Dhana is not dhana, it is dhanam, like that you know. Vidya, natively it is Strilinga. Luckily the Pratipadika is looking the same as the Pratama Ekavachana here. Vidya asya asti iti vidyavan. But here there is no any version. There is no vidya or something like that. So that's what some Bhagini asked, can we have in every form? No, some things are not available in other forms. They are not taken to that form. Okay. So what we know to be in usage, we stick to those. Okay. Shaktihi, Strilinga pada actually. Shaktihi asya asti iti shaktiman. Shrihi, again Lakshmi, Shrihi. So Shrihi asya asti iti Shriman. So when we call somebody Shriman, Shrimati, it is a respectful title. Saying is Shri here doesn't refer to money, it refers to any other beneficial knowledge or something that he possesses or she possesses. Okay. Dhriti. Dhritihi, again Strilinga Shabda. Dhritihi asya asti dhritiman. Dhritihi asyaha asti iti dhritimati. Again, these things don't have the ini variant. At least in the textbook it doesn't, it's not there. I don't know, in real life also it's not there. I'm not sure. If the words have a or a at the end, one is added. If other vowels are there at the end, man is added. So one, similar to how Nai Samasa uses ana or na, like that, some variations are there here. So van, man. So Matup takes two suffixes, van or man. So Balavan, akara is there, so van. Dhanavan, akara is there, so dhana, dhanavan. Danda, dandavan. Vidya, vidyavan. But Shakti, so a and a is not there, so e is there, so man. So Shaktiman. Shriman, see, e is there, not a or a. So above also is an example for us to learn. That's what they are saying here. If the words have a or a, one is used. If other vowels are there, man is used. Okay. Only pullinga forms of the word are given here. Strilinga and Pumsingalinga forms of these words are shown in sentences 7 and 8. They have shown that, yes. Renumat, Buddhimati, etc.
Mahodaya, this Balavan, would you conjugate that? Would you decline that like, say, Hanuman, like Hanuman, Hanumantao?
Hanuhu asya asti iti Hanuman, Matu pratyaya. His name is coming from a Matu prayoga. Hanuhu means that cheek which is blown up, the monkey cheek. Yeah.
So Balavan, in the different vibhaktis.
Bhagaha asya asti iti Bhagavan, correct.
Okay.
Bhagaha is, I think, Swarga's equivalent or something in that nature. Bhaga means some kind of superior status type of thing. Very good. Very good. You have discovered two Matu Pratyaya words, Hanuman, Bhagavan, like that. Hanuman uses man variant and Bhagavan uses van variant because of the akara in Bhaga Shabda, and Hanu is u, so it is not a or a, so man. Yes, Bhagini?
Dhanyavadaha, Mahodaya.
Okay, so we will conclude here. As usual, our class never ends. I am apologizing for that, but I usually want to close a slide before we move on. So we will meet in the afternoon for some time and try to read more. It's a lot to read and learn. Thank you very much. Have a nice afternoon. And then collect back at 3 o'clock. Thank you.
Dhanyavadamu.
Namaste.